While listening to His Excellency Ambassador, the one word came to my mind. 2023, we are creating the new world map. New map for politics, new map for powers, new map for money. And what actually makes this new map? And as Pak Tom said, ESG is a big driver. Sustainability, net zero is a big driver. So you can think about ESG standard like a paintbrush to create this new web. And I want to actually ask you whether this ESG creating map is inclusive? Is it fair? I'd like to ask this question to all of you. Because we all agree with this, the big vision. We want to create the sustainable, equitable, ethical future, especially for our children, right? I run as Pak Tam said, DQ Every Child for Children's digital literacy initiative across 80 countries. I met a lot of families who do not even have electricity for more than 10 hours. 3 billion of populations don't have a clean energy. So at this moment, when we say, so ESG is starting with E. If you use an oil and gas, and then you cannot do the business. Then, what does it mean? I'm a big fan of renewable energy, so please don't get me wrong. But whatever the creation is actually reflects the image of the creators, as you know. So ESG standards currently have been heavily developed by the Europe, EU, and the US, and the so-called the Western world. It works very well over there, I have to say. You know, stagnated, mature industrializations, an aging population, and more. But in this part of the world, what I actually see is different. Saudi's young. 66% of population is under 30s. And growing populations, as well as growing economy, and lots of resources. And do we need to have a same equation? So that is the first question that I'd like to pause. And second part is about the SNG. I'm Asian, I'm woman, and from my perspective, some of the standard, yes, great. Some of the standard, great, but at the same time, does it apply to our culture? So SNG is still not data-driven. It's actually value also not independent. So in summing up, the current ESG is great, and I have to say it's a great start, but there's a room for improvement in order to be the more inclusive in our regions. I'm from Korea, Singapore, but at the same time, the Middle East. We want to have also the vision, but at the same time, practical and inclusive way to go to the net zero and sustainable future. And one more thing, I'm sorry, I'm taking too much time. But as he said about the digital. So if you look at current ESG fund, a lot of it goes to the tech company because of carbon footprint. But do you know how many percentage of children 8 to 18 years old have experienced at least one cyber risk last year? 73%. 3 out of 4 children have experienced cyberbullying, gaming addiction, privacy issue, and more. And can we tell the technology is responsible? So we want to actually think about this sustainability issue and ethical issue. It's not just about the sustainability in this world. The previous the speaker all talked about now we are living in physical world, physical and digital world. And it is important for us to think about the sustainability in the bigger context. And I hope that today in this audience and the panel wants to take the leadership to set the standard that actually can create a more inclusive world and more sustainable world and more ethical world, not just about this physical world, but also in the digital world.